What's going on, Transcendent Family? Welcome to episode 3 of Skinny to Pro. And listen, I'm not even going to do too much talking today. I'm at a fitness expo hosted by the NPC. So I'm looking forward to all the breakout sessions they have, specifically the stage presence and, of course, the posing. As I told you all with my first show, I was like, my back pose, that was just the most elusive thing to try and figure out. So hopefully I'll be able to get some live critique and pointers on that. Also, I'm excited to bring you all with me because I know everybody doesn't have access to go to events like this in person. So I'm going to try and do my best to record the most valuable parts so you all can get free game as well. Without further ado, let's jump straight in. All right, you all. So inside now, like, it is deep in here. It's honestly bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's actually at a high school, but this high school is huge. So if I turn here, you can see they got little signs giving different breakout rooms. They got a green room. They're taking over a bunch of different classrooms. So the first breakout session I'm going to is on stage presence. It's going to be good to get in the mind of the judges, see what they're looking for, see how you can really maximize. I don't know where the cowbell came from, and I don't have my mic, but yeah, so get in the mind of the judges, see what they're looking for. It's going to be really good. But like I said, last time I was here, I came during Georgia State Championships, and they really kept everything in the auditorium. I was kind of just peeping the competition. But this time, they just like really took over, I guess, this whole wing of the school. So excited. We're going to see what we get. And like I said, I'm going to take y'all with me so I can get some game as well.
I'll start eating prep food like most of the time, but then I'll start to weigh it out sometimes. Like Monday, I might weigh it in 2 weeks.
Marquette, what would be prep food for you?
Oh, me, I'm a chicken, rice, fish guy. That's me. Chicken, rice, fish, and pretty much the only grains I eat is green beans and broccoli, pretty much. But I grew up a poor kid, so my palate is limited anyway, right? So what I'll do is I'll start to, I don't buy the Oreos anymore, right? So like when pre-prep, like when I'm regular, I have them in my house. When I'm getting ready, when I know that time is coming, I just take it out of my house because I know better. No one eats one Oreo cookie, 44 calories, right? No one eats one Oreo cookie. So if you got a pack of them in there, you're gonna eat 6. Most people eat about 6, right? That's what you're gonna do.
I'm a sweets guy too, and I learned this when I was bodybuilding. If I don't see it, I'm fine.
Right.
But if I see it, I'm gonna eat the whole thing. So
start with the mindset and with the diet to start the pre-prep stuff early. Like you might eat your prep food and just don't wait it. Just make it, you know what I'm saying? You just put it on your plate. So that's what I do.
People don't realize that you can make clean food taste just like the dirty food. Like you can make it good like that, you know? So once you start figuring out your ways to make your prep food taste like Chinese food or whatever, you know, then you'll realize like, damn, I don't even want that no more, you know? So that's just pretty much how I am, you know? I mean, and like Darryl said, you know, it depends on your body type too, you know? So like, with me, I can go eat like 5 burgers and still look like this, you know? But I don't do it, you know? I mean, I take advantage of my genetics, you know, but I always I stick to the plan. I just stick to the plan. No such thing as off season. Is only improving season. So.
and that's very important, knowing your body type, the ecto, meso, and so guys, that's really, really important, especially as you go into training and eating, is knowing your body type, because you know, us short, stocky guys, we love being next to a tall guy on stage because if we diet down and we get a decent amount of muscle, we're gonna knock them out the park every time because they're elongated, right? Right? And so they have a problem with showing big round muscle, okay? So we like that. So, but know your body type because it matches what you can eat and how you train as well. David.
Yeah, so I'll pick up after that. So, like Vince said, knowing your body type is very, very, very important. I know me, I burn calories extremely, extremely fast. So with me, my calories have to be extremely high for me to even be like right there.
Boy, I don't like you.
Yeah. So like what Sporty said, I stay in shape pretty much year round. I don't really there's no really like off season. I'm eating bodybuilding food all year because it's what I like to eat anyways. Salmon, who else likes salmon? And steak and rice and chicken. But I play with those a little bit. Instead of like chicken breast during the off season, I do like chicken thighs or something like that because it has more fats. So I'll do stuff like that just to make it more tasteful. Because it is boring. Eating the same food for 16 weeks straight, 12 weeks straight, it's horrible. And then that's when them Oreos start calling your name. You know, the last 4 weeks, the Oreos start calling, you know. You start walking, you start skipping the aisles in the grocery stores. You know, I know how it is. It's terrible, it's horrible. But the way I keep myself accountable when it comes to the calorie side is I do kind of do a cardio for calories. I pay attention to how much calories I'm burning through my cardio session. And that way I know that 40 calorie per Oreos, I know that hurts, you know, how long it takes me to burn the 40 calories off of the Stairmaster. So I realize the punishment I'm putting myself through when I'm doing the Stairmaster, and I look at the calories, I'm like, damn, 600 calories took me this long, and it was terrible. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna skip this thing. I'm gonna skip the Oreos. I'm gonna skip the fries. I'm gonna skip the chicken, the cookies, and the chips and stuff. Like a bodybuilding diet, you're gonna absolutely hate it, right? You gotta slowly develop a routine of how you're preparing your food and the amount of food you got to take in, because if you're just starting out, it's gonna seem like a lot of food, and most people never eat that much food before. So don't just think you're just, oh, tomorrow I'll start my diet, it's automatically gonna click for you. Slowly introduce the food into your daily routine right now. That way when you start to prep that 12 weeks out or 16 weeks out, when you really start that, it becomes routine and it becomes really natural for you.
Updates on all the classes on our page, so if you have $100 dream is to one day make it to a pro stage to Olympia. We are the only organization that can offer that to you. So, being said that, we will open up the floor unless Becky wants to say something, Chris, to add on to that.
While you're tested for insulin use, if you're a diabetic, you can fill out your TUE, submit that 2 weeks prior to the show. You send it to your promoter, and the promoter will send it into the national office, or you can do it directly, and that will get you that therapeutic use exemption. At no point ever, though, is testosterone or any androgel, topicals, orals, injectables, anything that's a muscle building, doctor prescribed or otherwise supplement allowed on a TUE form. So we want to make sure that you guys are familiarizing yourselves with that. Now, something I learned a long time ago, I did natural powerlifting, and the chairman for that organization get frustrated because athletes would call him and they would say, can I take this? Can I take that? It is not my job as the promoter to understand the entire supplement industry and advise you what supplements from GNC to the vitamin shop that you can and cannot take. Because, you know, natural is natural. All right, so familiarize yourself with that list, cross-reference to all of your supplements, and then also remember who you keep in your corner. All right, you would hope that everyone has your best interests in mind, but you know where we got hung up with our failed drug test is because the coach gave the athlete what was just a water pill. He wasn't taking anabolics, he wasn't doing anything nefarious. It was the day before the show, coach said, here's some black coffee and here's just a water pill. And that's what did him in. So again, it wasn't a long-term use situation. The kid was honest as can be, he was almost in tears about it. I've known him for a long time. I know him to be pretty truthful with his statement. And you know, I don't believe that he knew what he was taking. You know, he trusted that the coach who gave him that water pill was just doing the right things for him. So again, mind who you keep in your corner, and be very, very mindful about what you put in your body, supplements and otherwise.
We leave this up to the panel to kind of answer this, to give a detailed kind of step-by-step, let's say I started in the NPC natural stage, regional stage. What is my entire path from that stage, from square one, all the way up to the Olympia?
So you can, if you want to compete strictly in natural competitions and make it to the Olympia, you would start off with a regional natural show, get your qualification to the Ben Weider. You can turn pro as a natural athlete at the Ben Weider. You can then compete in other natural pro events, and guys correct me if I'm wrong here, and then you get back to the Ben Weider as a pro. You compete there as a pro, you win, you're in the Olympia. So you can stay completely within the confines of tested events. and make it to the Olympia stage. If that's what you want to do, there is absolutely a path, which I think is so cool.
Good. The first thing, guys, especially with look how wide his upper body is, right? A lot of width, really big. If you looked at his feet when he was here, what does it look like for me up top to bottom? Do I look balanced, or does my feet look very? So for him, one thing I would suggest, he opens up his feet a little more, has more of that X, right? So you don't want to, guys, a lot of guys, Medi, he does it all the time. He's lost shows because of it, right? He poses like this because he's so focused on his core, and for him to get in his core, he likes to keep his legs closed. Okay, but it makes himself, he has no bottom and very narrow. Okay, so having a nice, these feet should be in your armpits. If you want an X, your foot should be right in your armpits, and then here. It looks a lot better than me doing this, right? So that's the one thing, just a little bit wider in your stance.
You can't stand narrow for a long time either.
You're still you're too tight with your feet.
Yeah, now for him to get a little more, are you flat-footed? This is the number one most important thing a opposing coach, if he doesn't ask you this, he does not opposing coach. You're super flat-footed. A flat-footed person does not pose anywhere close to someone that has an arch. Why? For someone that's flat-footed, right? They can't ever be on the balls of their feet like this, like a boxer. It's really, really hard. Okay, because there's no arch, there's no bend in there, right? So someone that has to, flat foot, has to have their feet flat on the ground. So I definitely change their feet placement and the way their feet are pointed, a lot different than someone that has an arch foot. Okay, someone with an arch foot is gonna be more on the balls of their feet, so I can transition on the balls of my feet the whole time. See that? I can be smooth, I can move, come back, I can move.
All right, put on the dance show
The reason why he goes so far off his foot like this is because he is flat-footed. Someone with an arch foot would be like me. Your heels are gonna hover. He's not gonna be able to hover because he has no arch. So I'll let you do it. So see what I did? When I pick this chest up, guys, see if I'm like this, my erectors in the center of my back is gonna be flat. When I go like this, pressure, not that I'm pulling, pressure is gonna go into the erectors and they're gonna get more full. So that's why they would say, bring your chest up. What I like to say is actually, bring your rib cage up. A back pose is a bodybuilder's front pose. This is all it is. Look, it's all it is.
And where are we sitting as judges?
Down. Now transition back.
We're looking at that angle.
They say raise your chest and take your blades in right here. Open your sternum, your whole sternum up. It's back.
Good. See how you almost hung that over? When he hangs this over sometimes on him, this whole, see what happens to the chest? It's gone. This looks great, but now it's exposing this. So you gotta open this up, keep this dip, and keep that back.
Mike, how do you fix, I see a lot of guys in the NPC, they wanna flex down on their abs, and that front pose, as soon as that, they just lost their shoulders and abs, or shoulders and upper chest.
Guys, don't squeeze your abs. Guys, if you're squeezing your abs, you're probably not ready for a show. If you're going like this and you're so focused on trying to get your lines out, you're probably not conditioned enough. That's what guys will do that. They'll try really hard to push on their abs, or they just don't have thick enough muscle bellies and abs. He's not. He's blowing out. So, guys, they don't care how loud you are. Don't be worried about blowing on people or anything like that. If you want, that's how loud. I remember Jeremy Buendia, swear to God, one time at a show years ago, he blew so hard, I watched the curtain move. Okay, that's how, he was in the back pose, and that's how much air he was taking in and out. Okay, a little extreme, but you've got to blow that air out. You don't want to hold your breath because you're not going to be able to stay in a pose. You're not going to be able to stay in line. The judges don't want to see you keep moving and readjusting. They can't judge.
Hold on,
Definitely
okay.
men's
What do you think?
physique, so that's important.
Jump up here with them?
Okay.
I still got a lot of questions. Most of these guys have been on stage. I've never been on stage. Truthfully, I never thought about getting on stage.
You ever
My
competed
wife
before?
is a competitor.
Yeah.
Once?
And she hit me up end of last
Yeah,
year saying,
she's
you know
not
what?
showing.
No waist.
You love working out.
Yeah, I mean, you're epitome. Let me see your
Zero
back.
waist,
Let me
man.
see your back.
So the joke was.
That's what they want too.
60 in
Okay, relax.
18 months.
You're holding your arms up.
Turned 60.
I can't even feel my lats. This is what you look like, right? You're just posing like this. It's just like you're dead. You have such a sick waist. If you learn how to taper it, you're gonna look like you're
Men's
nobody.
physique.
But this is you. This is how you're posing.
Men's physique
You
very
gotta be
hard.
like,
I mean, it was
this.
exciting.
Yes. You
Guys
gotta
will
taper
die
your
to have a
waist.
waist like
You have to
that.
have like a
Yeah,
Nike swoop.
that's a good waist.
Your foot. That's right. Face your foot. Just look like that. Stay that way. And square your shoulders up.
And then come here.
Yeah, but you're turning your body.
So come here.
Yep. And now, but I want you to leave your belly button there, but I want you to square your shoulders. Okay. Guys, see what we just did? So now he has taper.
I have no idea what
And look, you're holding your arm out. Let it die on your lap. Now, open your lap. Do you not put blood in your lats?
Nah, not
Okay, that's why your back looks the way it is.
He's not
Okay, look, relax.
He still got,
So you're
still gotta pull his
looking
lat
way
out.
better, right? So you're here. Look, just relax this. You're going like this, holding your arm up. Just relax and then open your lats. You know how to open your lats? Okay, what you need to figure out how to do, you know when you do a lat pull down, and you pull the blood into your lats?
Right.
And it's open? You do that's how the pose has to be.
I'm gonna go ahead and go back into that. Go
Like,
ahead.
front.
No, let's go to your pose right there. Stay there, stay there. Look where this is, it's gotta be pushed out. Out, out, out,
Don't
out,
worry your shoulders.
out.
Don't, yes.
There you go.
So he has so much
got Mike's booty.
steps to take before he can get into a pose. All right, let's see if you can hit your back.
He's still not all the way out there.
It looks like it's pinched in a little bit. Yeah.
Need some body work.
See how soft he is here, guys? And he's got great lats. He just can't open it. If he can open his lats,
It's doing this. It's wanting to
Yep,
cave
coach.
in.
Like when we was back here, me and him was talking about, they're there, he's not pushing.
this kid's like a perfect specimen.
He's squeezing it. Yeah, he's squeezing the
Look at how
middle.
strong his waist. He has a lot of lats. He just doesn't know how to put the blood in. He has no idea how to just go. I have no
What's
grasp.
weird is whenever I try to do it,
Yeah, but
like
look.
the middle of my back.
Open your back like
Yeah,
this.
the middle part of your back is squeezing.
Okay, open your back.
It's like this, not.
Yeah, it's not opening up. Yeah, I can see his muscles like, yeah. Better.
See, he's not flexing here whatsoever.
Yeah.
You gotta learn how to get blood.
You know that guy that walks around in the gym, everybody talks about, do that guy for a minute.
My advice to you is stick with this.
The imaginary lat syndrome.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Walk around with a pigeon chip.
Like your waist, if you were dialed in, would be 19 freaking inches. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Get the
no, it'd be small.
Appreciate it.
That's some big arms.
Okay, now transition.
Word.
You gotta get your waist like tapered like his. Okay. Relax. Look, now just go right into it from here and just over your lats. Okay, see how he's getting a little thicker now. Good. Yeah, you got a good back pose. See how, look, see, it's all flexing.
Yeah.
You're putting nothing in there. And your back would look just like this if you could figure out how to mind muscle connect to your lat, which just takes time. It's all,
Yeah.
How long have you been working out for?
I mean, like close to 10 years.
Okay. And you don't, when you do lat pull downs, you don't pull all that blood in your lat?
I think since I started with calisthenics and I was doing so many pull-ups, like my back gets tight, but I can't say that I like, since I started to train for bodybuilding, now I'm trying to like actually feel my lats. Before I'm just like cranking out.
Training, everything's got a mind muscle connect. If you're training a specific body part, you have to feel that body part. Good, much better. Yeah. You get your
Foot
waist like
placement.
that, it's a wrap.
Yo, that midsection is bonkers, dude. What the fuck?
Okay.
All right, you all. So that is the end of the NPC Fit Expo. I had a great time. Not even gonna lie to y'all. I feel like I started to lose my voice there at the end. Water intake has been good, but I was just like, what is going on here. But man, I'm super excited. One thing I'm not even surprised about, if you were able to hear, I didn't bring my mics or anything, but able to hear my critique, the lats just not coming out. It's not that they're non-existent, they're there. I just gotta figure out how to connect to them. And it just speaks to the fun challenge that comes with bodybuilding, because it's different than how I've lifted in the past. You know, I've told you all, like, my beginning of my journey started with me really going hard at calisthenics. And so that brought up a really good muscle base for my back. And it's another reason why my lower chest is so bubbly, as the guy said. But now working on upper chest, shoulders, and I gotta figure out how to connect to those lats and just make it on command, so I can just sit there and relax. So that's going to be one of the biggest things I start doing. I started incorporating more mobility, practicing what I preach to my clients. But now I got to take recovery more into my own hand, because let's be honest, massages can be super expensive. And if you're in Atlanta and you massage bodybuilders and stuff like that, you want me to come check you out, I would do that. But one thing I got to do is start taking it in my own hand, really start hitting my foam roller, hit the massage gun, have my wife hit areas I can't hit, and just make this honestly a daily routine. Because even getting up there and posing, I haven't posed since my show, because I was like, I don't want to develop bad habits. I was just like, ooh, it just feels like tight. So I'm walking around like muscles just like that. So that's going to be one of the biggest things. But anyways, that's enough talking for me. I'm about to go ahead and head home. This video has probably been long enough. Like I said, I wanted y'all to get all this game because it's just amazing. This was a free event and I got that much game, and I wanted to share as much game with you all as well. If you have any questions, I wasn't able to record every single piece of it, and you're like, hey, did they mention this? Did they talk about this? Drop a comment down below and I'll let y'all know what I heard and try and help y'all out and direct y'all the best way I can. And finally, last but not least, hit that subscribe button, tap the like button, and leave a comment down below. If you're competing, let me know what shows you're competing in. Even if you're not competing, let's just have a conversation. You all know I love fostering a community and just communicating with you all. I will respond back, so drop a comment. Remember, I love you all, but most importantly, Jesus loves you. Peace.